I would like to speak to the Idaho 4 students, Maddie, Xana, Kaylee, and Ethan. Can a Moscow, Idaho 4 students come forward and talk to me and give me as much information as they can as to what happened to them? Does police have the right guy arrested for the deaths of the Idaho 4 students? Is Brian Koberger the right guy that caused your deaths? Why did Brian Koberger choose your house? Was Brian Koberger stalking someone inside the house? Can you tell me if Brian Koberger was stalking someone that lived in the house? Can you tell me the name of the person he was stalking? Can you tell me what happened that morning? Can you tell me why this happened to the 4 of you that morning? What did Brian do with the knife that he used? Where is the knife that Brian used that morning? Will the knife get found by law enforcement by the time the trial starts? How did Brian Koberger get inside of the house? How did Brian Koberger get inside of the house? Did your surviving roommates have any involvement in your death? How did the 2 surviving roommates not hear anything? Did Brian Koberger dump the knife he used in a lake? How far away from the house is the knife? Did any of you fight back that morning? Does Brian's family members know where the murder weapon is? Was any of Brian's family members involved in this crime? Who was Brian Koberger obsessed with? Who was Brian stalking in the house? Who was Brian Koberger's target inside of the house? Was Brian hiding inside of the home while everyone was gone? Did one of the surviving roommates really see Brian? Was Brian turned down by one of the girls in the house? What was Brian Koberger's motive to cause this crime? Did Brian Koberger know one of the two surviving roommates? Is anyone else involved in your death with Brian Koberger? If anyone else is involved, what is their name? Were you aware of what was going on that morning? Did Brian cyberstalk you? Did Brian stalk any of you at the Mad Greek? Did a male or female murder you? Does the surviving two roommates know more than what they're leading on? Is any of the two surviving roommates lying? Did all four of you know this person that hurt you personally? Did Maddie know this person? How many people were involved that day? Which victim was the target? What would you like to say about the house being demolished? Do you think it was a good idea for them to demolish the house? Will Brian Koberger be found guilty in the court of law? Will Brian be acquitted on these charges? Will anyone else be arrested on these charges? If the two surviving roommates, if they called their friends, why did they call the friends before calling 911? Did the person follow any of the victims home that night? When will the trial begin? Was the person related to any of the victims? Was the person rejected by someone in the house? Did any of the victims work with the person that caused this crime? If he is being set up, can you tell me who is setting up Brian, if anyone is? Did the person come through the sliding door? Who let the killer inside the home? Was the killer at the corner club that night with Maddie and Kaylee? Was the killer at the food truck that night with Maddie and Kaylee? Did the killer wound themselves while unaliving the victims? Was Brian's knife sheath planted at the scene by someone else? Who planted Brian's sheath at the scene, if anyone did? Was this the killer's first murders? Did the killer call 911 that afternoon? Why did the killer not hurt any of the two surviving roommates? Did Brian do the actual unaliving? Does the killer have a motive? Did the killer follow the girls home from the bar? Did the killer follow the girls home from the food truck? Did the killer follow Ethan and Xana home? Can you tell me who was the main victim? Are you ready for Brian Koberger's trial to start? What do you think Brian Koberger is going to get convicted? What is his conviction going to be? Ethan, Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee, thank you for coming forward and talking to me. Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, and Xana, how are you doing on the other side?